Hi everybody, this is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Saturday, March the 23rd, and welcome to our video commentary. Well, the Mueller report is in. We had been waiting for this for quite some time, all the speculation that it was going to be last week and this week, Friday. It's in, it's over, and we're going to read probably a lot more about it. My guess is that a lot of this report will be made public. The Attorney General is committed to telling people the highlights of the report. Not everything in the report is going to be able to be published because there are some sources you have to protect and stuff like that. So there will be some redacted portions of the report. But the bottom line, the conclusions will be available out there for everybody to see. And the conclusion, of course, is that there's no more indictments, there's no collusion, and frankly, President Trump was right when he said there was no collusion and that this report would turn out to be the way it is. Now, again, as I said, there's more information coming. I don't think there's negative information coming about President Trump, but there's going to be a lot of information, I'm sure, that in the hands of intelligence services and in the hands of committees of Congress and probably the President of the United States about what Russia is doing. I'm sure that they were doing some things that we've picked up in this investigation. But of course, this investigation became so politicized that I think it did the country a lot of harm. You know, it became a bloody, poisonous investigation that divided the country right down the middle. And frankly, let's not do those kinds of investigations in the future. Unless you have evidence of a crime, let's not do those investigations in the future. I do think that the big winner of this is President Trump. And I do think the big loser are elements in the media, not the entire media. I'm not going to indict the entire media because there's a lot of good people in the media, serious, honest people in the media. But there's a lot of them who really jumped on this report and began, writing all of those stories about, information from people close to the investigation and all these anonymous sources and people who know what's going on. And most of those stories, frankly, turned out to be false. None of those things really panned out. And that's going to cost the media, I think, a lot of credibility at a time when they don't really have a lot of credibility at all. I mean, if you look at all of the polls and all of the studies, the media is really suffering a credibility problem. This is not going to help. This is not going to help at all. So let's move on. Let's move on. Russia collusion should be over. The Democrats need to investigate Trump, but they're going to do so at their own risk right now because I think most Americans want to move on. I think most Americans after this report are going to say, okay, enough investigations. Let's deal with the nation's business. And my guess is that a lot of members of Congress who want to get reelected in 2020 are going to be saying the same thing. Enough investigation. There's nothing there. Let's move on and do the nation's business. So the Democrats need to be very careful here how they go after Trump, because after a report like this, I think they're going to look petty and foolish if they continue to focus so much on investigating and so little on governing and getting things done. Well, we'll talk a lot more about this report over the next few weeks, I'm sure. But so far, it was a good day for President Trump, no question about it. No collusion, just as he has been telling us for the last couple of years. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. We have all of these videos on YouTube, on Twitter, and on my blog. And if today's your birthday, happy birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.